Welcome back to the Dirty Shop. Today we're making this fiberglass nose cap for this boat, and I'll tell you, it wasn't easy, but it did turn out pretty darn good, and it works really well because I've had time to test it now, since all of these videos are starting to come out well after the fact of this boat being finished. So we're building this boat, or this cap, today, and here we go. Oh, this intro close thing. Bam. As you saw from the intro there, I'm sorry about the lighting. I've got my neighbors jackhammering outside, and so I have to keep all the doors closed so I don't have my normal daylight in here. But so I got like this bar halo on my head in the image, which is kind of cool. I'm like a elongated angel, except not. Today we're going to try and build this nose cone for this. I've got some polyester resin because I'm going to build a whole nose cone in one piece. These boats are built out of polyester resin, so I don't need to use my expensive epoxy resin that I'm using for these other parts on the nose cone because it's just one piece. And I've got a ton of that really thick fiberglass. So we're going to try and build a nose cone for this. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take foam, cut the foam out to the shape I want, and I'm going to lay the fiberglass and epoxy or resin over it. And then we'll cut it off we'll cut the foam out of the inside. Normally boats are formed like inside out, like the hull is up against the form, and the exterior of the hull is against the form. But I don't want to try and make a negative that's going to fit this. I could just make the piece that goes here. I think it'll be easier that way for me. I'll just have to do maybe a little more sanding to make it nice and clean. But the motor needs to go about like this. When it's folded down, I want the head of the motor to be over the boat, and then obviously I want the shaft to be centered when I'm running. And then I'll just have to make sure I get the setting right so that I don't bump into the nose of my boat, and it should be good to go. So we're going to pull this off of here. It's just balanced right now, and get some foam and see what we can do. This was a total pain. I was originally planning on doing just starting with foam and building out of foam, but it's not stout enough to be able to hold the trolling motor up while I work on it. But I had this triangle cut out earlier that I was going to use originally for the nose cone, so I'm going to use that as my form, basically, or as my stencil template. And then I put this other piece of thinner wood on top of it, and I've got it all dialed in here. It's currently hanging straight on the boat. So I can, this is straight down the nose of the boat, which is perfect. It can open and close where it's at. And so I've got basically the right shape that I need now. But obviously this piece here is going to have to be about that tall. So I'm going to have to build a triangular space here to make that correct. But yeah, that's the shape I need. I just need to figure out that height now. At this point, I'm certain that this is not the right way to do this job. But I'm going to soldier on, because that's what I do. So that's what I'm after. Huge amounts of duct tape later. This is what I've got. I'm gonna do this all in glass, and then I'm gonna put my board on top of it and put another layer of glass over the board to hold the board down. But for now, I think I've got something that I at least can work with. It's kind of funky, but I think I can use that for a form. Because I'm doing this on the exterior of this piece, I cut a flat part for the top, I cut a flat part for that piece, and then I chopped up, I made basically chopped strand fiberglass. I'm hoping this will work, that I can roll it on there if I chop that up fine enough. And then I've got some really fine glass over there. I might do like one layer over the top once all this chopped strand is mostly dry. This may be a total backfire, I'm just wasting my time, but that's what I'm going to try. Well, if you guys are still watching this train wreck, you will recognize that that didn't work. I just can't get the epoxy around those surfaces. I'm gonna have to build a negative mold and then form inside of it if I want to do it this way. I'm gonna let that dry and not screw with it until it's dry, and then get rid of all this garbage and start over. I'll get back to you when I have a negative made. Basically, it's gonna be the same game in a negative. All right, if you stick with me so far, here's where I gave up on the last one. And obviously, like, I just couldn't, I thought that I could like form this stuff once it was together, but it was just impossible. But what I want to check actually is how well is stuck to the form. There. Okay, so it doesn't stick to the form too badly. I've got the other forms prepped. This one. This one. So this is I have to make this in two pieces. Part of the reason that I wanted to do it the other way is because I could make it kind of one piece. But basically, I'm going to make a piece of glass that fits in here, and then I'm going to trim the edges, and then I'm going to take this board and I'm going to press. I'm going to get all that glass done, and then I'm going to press this board into it like that, and then I'm going to glass over it again. So the board should help form it into that space, and then it will encase the board in glass. And then I'll build up the sides, and then that'll sit like that, and I'll tear the form off of that one. And then this is the interior form, and I'll just glass in the interior of this. So I'm going to cut a whole bunch of pieces of fiberglass for this that fit. I want all the pieces that I'm going to need basically done before I start. So that's what I work on now. Here's my molds from last night, and I don't really have a lot of time to work on this today, but I really wanted to see how these turned out because they're so much better than that first attempt. So for memory purposes, here was my first attempt. I was trying to get it all done in one piece from the outside, and that didn't work. So I made this dual piece, and this one here I think I'm going to leave together. I have to buy more epoxy, of course, because I wasted a whole bunch on that. If I'd had that 8 ounces of epoxy, that probably would have been enough. But we're going to try to pull this apart, maybe without breaking the casing, but it's still a little tacky up the way it's up against the mold. That actually came off really well. So for future reference, that makes a pretty good mold. Yeah, it's not bad though. Oh, bugger. All right, here's the nose piece from yesterday that I did. It's a little rough on the top where it was on inside the form. For some reason, I mean, it stuck to the mold kind of when I tore it out. It seemed like there was still a little bit of wet, but it's nice and dry now. I'm going to sand this off and leave the top fairly flat. And then on the inside here, I'm going to come in and put a second layer in because it's not quite stiff enough. It's pretty close. But I'm also going to paint this area with epoxy that I didn't get on the first pass because I just didn't have enough resin. kind of dislike polyester resin for fiberglassing, but this Bondo glass filler is pretty awesome. I bought the short strand stuff, and it's pretty awesome, man. It's cool. So I kind of stuck this together here, and I'm going to do a little bit of mechanical bond with it. I'm going to take some stainless steel screws, and I'm going to screw the stainless steel screws into this tip here to kind of give it a mechanical point where it holds it together, and then I'm going to glass this piece into it. So, but before I do that, I'm going to put a little pile of that Bondo filler on here and kind of stick it on, and then screw it in from that. So that's the plan. Now that I've got this basically dialed in, I need to obviously do some sanding on it to get it done. But I've reinforced the back here super strong. It's not going to break now with the trolling motor on it. And I need to get the anchor underneath it. I want the anchor to go in a hole basically right here so that I can stash it in the nose of the boat. I don't want to, it's just the best spot for it. But I've got some duct tape on here as a test hinge, and I think that's going to work for it. It'll only open to about there because the trolling motor is going to be on it. But now we got to see if this anchor will go in, and it will. So the anchor's going to hold nicely. I think I'll probably end up putting a little metal ridge on that, just a little metal protector on the edge of this, because otherwise I'm going to beat that board up. But right now the anchor goes in nicely, so the anchor can live in there, and that's going to close like that. This trolling motor mount is about ready to go. I've got the top piece for it for the motor. Sorry, I'm getting over cold in the middle of the summer, of course. But I've got some of these pronged T-nuts, and I'm going to insert these underneath in the wood. I put a wooden base under this for something to grip a hold of, and I put these into that base and glue them in there, clamp them in and glue them in, so that I'll have permanent steel threads inside, stainless steel in this case, threads inside this chunk of wood. Look at that! This is by far the best trolling motor I've ever had on a boat, and it's remote control. So my battery's unplugged. Good. All right, now, look at that! I'm not sure what the lowest setting on this is for, but if you look at it, let me spin. Oh, it's got a remote control, I love it. Not that way, that way. There we go. I don't know how fast that is in the water world, but it's not very fast. That is like insanely slow. I'm really happy. It's very long. It's very tall. This boat doesn't need nearly as much. Obviously, I've got 3 feet sticking out the top, but it's not bad. So I'm pretty happy with that. Dude, this is awesome. Okay, let's go full throttle on this thing and see what it'll do. Yeah. All right, here's the nose cap after almost a full year of use. It's had time to be used and to see if there's any issues with it or any problems that have occurred since I installed it, and it's been pretty good. I did put a piece of foam underneath here, a little bit of pool noodle, which seals up that edge, and next time I take it off, I'm going to put some weather stripping along the edge, because it was getting some splashing into the boat. Not much, but enough that I wanted to stop that. I've got my running lights on it. I've got these cool bug eye lights on the front. Those are motorcycle spotlights. Any of the parts for this boat will be down in the description. Anything that I purchased for this boat that I could find a link to is down in the description below, so you can check that out if you're interested in what I used. These lights, I wouldn't mind if they'd been a little brighter, but they do work fine, and you can run with them if you need to. This trolling motor mount is pretty good. It's currently not attached, but it slides on and off really nice and clean. And I've got a quick release plug here, as you saw in the video, to take it on and off. And that way, if I'm going to take a long trip, or if I'm going to stash it, if I'm going to have the boat stored out somewhere, I can take the trolling motor off and put it in the car or whatever. The anchor bay has worked really well. As you can see, it's got, I could put a little rubber foot on this and it would actually stand it up to where it'd be level again, but because of the way the sides of the boat are, it's settled down a little bit and left a tiny gap here, but obviously it's not a problem, it's just there. And then I got a little davit on there for tying things off. But overall, very good, and I'm really happy with how it turned out and how it's holding up over time. As usual, thank you for watching my stuff, and I'll see you next time on the Dirty Shop.